1010XL, home sweet home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm Brun Musburger, and you are listening live to the flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Now, the window world of Northeast Florida fifth quarter on 1010XL. Flavored by Hurricane Grill and Wings and Apex Roofing and Contracting. Here are your hosts, Ryan the Hacker Green, Leon Searcy, and Coach Gerald Ingram.
Dropping the throw. Trevor looks, lots of time. Now fires back, corner of the end zone, or the middle of the end zone, touchdown! Brenton Strange in the middle of the field. A 21-yard touchdown catch from Trevor Lawrence, and Jacksonville has extended the lead.
Frank Franchi on the call, Jaguars radio, and with that, a very good Sunday evening to you, Jacksonville. It is the window world of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter. We are presented by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings. The Jacksonville Jaguars defeat the Tennessee Titans 25-3. Jacksonville now 8-4 on the year. And yes, indeed, first place in the AFC South with an absolutely gigantic game coming up 1 week from today as they will play host to the Indianapolis Colts. Leon Searcy, you and I have done 10 years of fifth quarters, and more times than not, end of November, beginning of December, it's all about draft talk. Not in 2025. It's about playoff positioning. It's about potential division titles as the Jaguars now 8-4 and in first place in the AFC South.
Well, you know what, Hack? You know, it's the holiday season. The season to be merry. All right, season to cherish the moments that are before you. Be thankful and grateful. And you're right. I remember those terrible 1-15, 3-13, 4-12, all those terrible seasons that we had to endure over the last years. But it's a new season, baby. And the Jaguars are playing meaningful football in late November and early December. What else could you ask for? What else could you ask for, Hack? You're 8-4, top of the division, all right? You got a big week coming up with the Indianapolis Colts. You win that game. You win a couple of – we're going to keep it one game at a time, but I'm just getting excited a little bit here because this team is 8-4 on a nice little roll with a meaningful game next week that could determine the division the way both teams are playing.
You know, it's always a good day when Leon Searcy brings in Victory Cigars, and we got some Victory Cigars today as we bring in the coach, Gerald Ingram. Coach, they played a bad Tennessee Titans football team today. Obviously, they're probably the worst team in football, certainly in the conversation. And what are you supposed to do to bad football teams this time of year? If you are a good football team, you're supposed to take it to them, not give them any opportunity. And very quickly, the Jaguars asserted themselves. Still not a thing of beauty, still a ton of penalties, but at the end of the day, there was no doubt who the better team was as Jacksonville took care of business on the road.
They did what they had to do, and it was great. I mean, they're 8-4. They're in position to be in position. And, you know, a quarterback did what he had to do. He took care of the ball. He ran when he needed to run. He put themselves in position to score a touchdown. It was a big day for him. I thought it was his most accurate game all season. And he managed the team extremely well. The offensive line is patchwork, and they're moving around, and guys are stepping up. And you give the head coach a hell of a lot of credit for getting this team to understand what it takes this time of year to win. Everybody's hurt. Some are hurt more than others, and your backups are just as good as your starters to win the game. It's do whatever it takes. And the defense played well. They gave up 3 points. You know, you couldn't ask for anything better. And, you know, Josh Allen made some great plays out there. Some other guys had to step up. You didn't have the inside players. You didn't have Walker and Armstead. And I thought the secondary played well enough to win today. And there were some coverage sacks out there being done. And, yeah, there were some penalties in the special team game, and things got sloppy in the third quarter. But, you know, we're all looking forward in Jacksonville to this kind of situation, and let's play the big games and win the big games.
Well, you look at a guy like Devon Hamilton, who had to come in for Ross Matisic at the long snapping position in the first half, did a great job of that. And then I'm going to talk about Cole Van Lanen. I want Leon to talk about him as well. I'm not sure how many times in fifth quarter history, Leon, we've started out talking about Cole Van Lanen, but here is the guy that was your left guard 2 weeks ago, was your right tackle last week, started out as your right guard today, only to move to left tackle after Walker Little got injured. He's played 4 different positions on the offensive line in the last 12 quarters. What a job by Cole Van Lanen.
Yeah, absolutely. He's your Swiss Army knife. All right, he can play every position. And basically, when you're a backup in this league, or you're the 8th man, 9th man, 10th man on the roster as far as the offensive line goes, you're expected to be versatile. That's how you keep a job in the NFL. Your ability to play all positions. If you're locked down to just one position, then you become suspect. But he's played right tackle, right guard, left tackle. And we absolutely need him at left tackle because Walker Little had the concussion during the game. So I thought essentially they would have moved Anton over there and kept him, but no, you move Van Lanen over there, and he has some help. All right, they what they did formationally to give him help to help him out, so he wouldn't always go 1-on-1. But listen, to have that because listen, you can't always be the backup singer. So at some particular point, they're going to ask you to sing the lead. All right, and that's what they're asking him, and he stepped to the mic and he performed. So that's what you do to keep the O-line together moving forward. Now we got to get healthy. Yeah, we got to establish more of a ground game. Moving forward, because, with the playoffs on the horizon, you've got to be able to move the ball efficiently running the football.
Coach, no doubt the running game was not great today. I think 27 carries for 70 yards. That certainly is going to be something that's going to bother the coaching staff, and that needs to improve against the better football teams. What did you see in the running game today? Why could they not get it going? Of course, 18 years as a running back coach in the National Football League.
Well, what I thought I saw was our inability to sustain blocks. I thought the first couple runs were pretty good, and we knocked some people off the ball. After that, we let one person, he's a pretty good player. Simmons is a pretty good player. We let one guy be the wrecking crew, and, Leon's been there, and I remember having to go against Hainsworth, and our guard's like, can you help me out? I'd like to see some double teams on your best, and you run.
Leon never asked you that, right?
People.
Leon never asked for help.
No, he's not. No, he's not going to do it. But he knows when we had to play against Warren Sapp, we aren't going to just leave people, one-on-one against him all day long. We're going to be creative. We're going to flip the tight end. We're going to motion. You watch Chicago Bears, Friday night, and you want to talk about creative runs. They spend time trying to figure out where they got 2 backs over 100 yards. Yeah. I remember our heyday. We were creative in the run game as well as the pass game, and you just can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. Sometimes you got to seal them off, double them, and see where the hole is going to be. But you got to neutralize the great player.
You know what? You got to treat Jeffrey Simmons like a sycamore tree. All right. You got to just keep chopping them. Because I noticed that, in a lot of those plays where we were passing the ball, he was taking plays off. He was taking plays off when it came to the pass game. That's why I kept saying, when I saw him tired and whiffing and had his hands on his hip, I was like, run the ball. I just run the ball. That's how you keep a guy from being that's disruptive. Don't get me wrong, he's a hell of a player. But if you run the ball and keep chopping wood at him, eventually he'll tire out.
Let me get thoughts from both of you guys. Leon, let's begin with you on Trevor Lawrence. And by the way, phone lines are open, 904-641-1010, 904-641-1010. If you want to get involved in the 5th quarter, we will start taking your calls here in just a little bit. Trevor Lawrence, I thought last week responding to the 3 interceptions, particularly with that drive in the 4th quarter, was really good by Trevor. I thought early in the game today, maybe his best quarter and a half of football, at least first half, because the throw to Jacoby Myers for 50 yards, he then gets Jacoby again in the end zone. You come right back with Brenton Strange. Offense was cooking. Now, maybe in the second half, the offense sputtered a little bit. I do wonder, they knew Cam Ward couldn't move the football. How vanilla were the play calls at that point, knowing the Titans were doing basically nothing on offense. That's how I'm rationalizing the difference between half 1 and half 2, because half 2, Leon, wasn't great. But the first half, Trevor Lawrence, I thought was some of his best football of the year.
It absolutely was. And I think the addition of Myers has absolutely helped his game, especially his confidence-wise, especially with balls across the middle. The struggle of Brian Thomas Jr. early in the season is well documented, so no need to pile on. But he never really had that presence. And I think Myers gives him that confidence that he can unleash. And that's what I saw in the game. The best quarter and a half that I've seen Trevor play since 2022, the back end of 2022, when he was winning those games, against the Raiders and the Cowboys, and we made that nice little run into the playoffs and stuff like that. That was the Trevor that I saw today. Confidence in the hole, in the pocket, throwing elite throws down the middle. That's what we need moving forward.
The one thing, Coach, too, no turnovers by Trevor Lawrence either.
No turnovers. But when Liam said rip, see, that's what the definition of rip means to be. To me, it's not the short dunk-offs. It's the up the field, the vertical routes, the decisiveness. Mm-hmm. I saw 2 throws today that looked like rip. And you look at the Green Bay game and you say, hey, when Love was out there throwing the vertical ball, the one-on-one balls, that's ripping. You know what I mean? You're taking that's an attack type offense in the passing game that we haven't seen. That maybe we're going to progress. Maybe, it's Trevor progressing in his offense that Liam is going to call, instead of safe throws for Trevor being quarterback friendly, that we're going to call more aggressive up the field, seam, one-on-one. Take a chance, Trevor. Understand the down and distance, but go ahead and take a chance. Go ahead and rip it through there. It's okay.
You mentioned Jakobi Meyers. RJ, let's not bury the lead. Every week here on the 5th quarter, we do give you the offensive player of the game. That offensive player of the game is brought to you by our friends at Universal Roof and Contracting. Let's do it right now. The Universal Roof and Contracting offensive player of the game.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the offensive player of the game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
6 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown for Jakobi Meyers. What a trade that James Gladstone pulled off at the deadline. A 4th and a 6th round pick. So far, return is well worth that, if not more, as Jakobi Meyers, 90 yards receiving and that touchdown. He has been a game changer, Leon, for this Jaguar offense.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. His experience, his going across the middle, his fearlessness. I mean, I can only imagine what he brings to that meeting room, having been in the league so long. And Trevor trusts him. He absolutely trusts him. And his ability to go across the middle and make those kind of plays opens up the offense, gives Trevor that even much more confidence. So listen, we need to find the money to sign him next year, because he's definitely a welcome addition to this team.
Coach, defensively, you keep another team in the NFL out of the end zone. I understand rookie quarterback and all that, but you're on the road. You give up an opening drive field goal, and then the scoreboard doesn't move for the Titans the remainder of the game. Talk about the defensive effort, including the work of Joshua Hines-Allen.
Well, I think defense did a really good from the beginning to the end. They dominated the game. They did what they needed to do. It started off looking like they were going to have a good day running the ball, but the pressure was there. I think Josh Allen with his bull rush, and a lot of times you got to give the kid, credit. It's like, hey, he's getting chipped, he's getting doubled, but he feels so confident by just picking people up and putting them in their lap. It works for him. And then he was able to come underneath on a stunt and make some plays. He doesn't have all his players up there, so he's the most consistent player out there. I thought the linebackers were in position where they needed to be. I thought Wingard played a pretty good game today. He was solid. I thought the one-on-one most of the times we were good. I thought the scheme, we were spying just in case Cam was going to run. We were dropping some tackles for crossing routes underneath for the short game, as well as him run. And I think we're giving ourselves another picture down the road to some of these quarterbacks. Hey, you can't just throw these short routes underneath. We're doing something to take away some underneath patterns in our defensive scheme and still be able to blitz, pressure, and fire zone. There were some good fire zones going on out there. So I thought it was a great job by the defense.
Leon, before we get to the phone calls, something else that I thought of on the drive-in as well. All right, Thanksgiving week and all the distractions that come with that, with family, and it's an odd week, obviously. You're playing a one-win team. There's a lot of empty seats in Nashville. The upper deck was basically empty. And you're playing the Colts next week. You have the look-ahead factor. There's all these reasons, right? All these things, all this stuff that people were talking about Jacksonville. Would it be a letdown? Can they go up there and take care of business? And the fact that they were able to do that and have the game basically never be in doubt coming out of the halftime locker room Does that speak to the growth of this football team over the year?
Absolutely, the maturity of the team, the leadership of the team. I mean, it's about the business of the ball. Listen, it's not our fault they 1-10, but they're in the way. They're absolutely in the way. Where we're trying to get to, they're in the way. So you go up there, it's a business trip. You go up there, you take care of business, you get the hell up out of there, you celebrate for 24 hours, then you get your butt ready for the Colts next week. I mean, we're trying to win a division. We're trying to make a playoff push. The Titans, unfortunately, are making vacation addendums.
Yeah.
That's on them. That ain't our fault. You just happen to be in the way.
Titans are going to be on the clock pretty soon. If they keep playing like that, they're going to have the number one pick because they looked like the worst team in football today. And the Jaguars, to their credit, made them look like that in the 25-3 victory. All right, Darren, Junior, Jonathan, all you guys hang in there. You will be the first three up on the other side. As a matter of fact, real quick, Darren is actually up in Nashville. I'm assuming he was at the game today. Let's get Darren up real quick here on the fifth quarter on 1010XL. Darren, what's going on? Darren, are you just now leaving the stadium right now?
Yes, sir. We're heading back. Heading back over to the mountains to spend another day. We came up early a few days ago, and me and my wife to get away and just enjoy some time with her, and then made a trip over to Nashville for a good little butt kicking in Nissan Stadium. It was amazing, man. We had a wonderful time, and I want to ask. I mean, my question. You stole a little bit of my thunder. Was not only did Jacoby Myers have 6 catches, but he had 6 targets, Hacker.
Yeah.
And he's probably the best free agent signing. I'm not joking. I know we got a ways to go, but probably on an offensive side, probably best free agent signing since Calais that we had from Arizona back in the day. So, I mean, that was a great move. You can see Trevor's confidence growing in Jacoby as it goes. He just catches whatever's put out there. But, yeah, we had an amazing time. Don't even talk to me about empty seats in Jacksonville. There might have been 15 to 20,000 people there today in Nashville. I know they sucked this year, and we've had our own sucking years, but don't talk to me about that. But, yeah, we ruled. We rocked today. There were half of them people in the stadium today were Jaguar fans. We showed up, and we showed out, baby. And, hey, you know what? Bring on the Colts. We ready for him, baby.
Darren fired up coming back to Jacksonville. Glad you guys had a great time. Yeah, it was not a good look for the Titan fans. I get it, 1-10. We've been there here in Jacksonville. But when they did the aerial view of that stadium, there was not a lot of people in the upper deck there in Nashville today. All right, phone lines are open, 904-641-1010 with the Pro Bowler Leon Searcy and the coach Gerald Ingram. I'm the hacker Ryan Green. It is the window world of Northeast Florida. Fifth quarter, we are presented by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings. Your Jacksonville Jaguars are in first place in the AFC South after a 25-3 drubbing today of the hated Tennessee Titans.
Yo, you already know it's your main man E.T. And no one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails. Served over ice balls, local craft beers, and handcrafted whiskey cocktails. Rounded out with adventurous drink menus, second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree drafts. Check them out now on Atlantic and Kernan. Twin Peaks, eat, drink, scenic views. Come on, somebody.
Frank Franzi here for Coyle Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember Morton Anderson missing a chip shot field goal that launched the Jags into the playoffs in '96? You know who doesn't miss? Coyle Fencing. Coyle has been the fencing leader in Northeast Florida since 1927. Heck, Coyle has been installing fences since before Emery Bellard installed the wishbone offense. If you need a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle Fence today at 904-356-4821 or visit CoyleJacks.com. Coyle Fencing, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Your pipes are leaking, don't get nervous. Fa la 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 la. Call Roll and Reach for same day service. Fa la 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 la. He guarantees your satisfaction. Fa la 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 la. Call Roland and he'll spring into action. Fa la 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 la. This holiday season, if you have a leak and can't wait a week, dial 904-260-7059. And from the Roll and Reach family to yours, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Are you ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? It's It's the Black Friday sales event going on now at Renewal by Andersen. Buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 years. This offer expires November 30th. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Take a radio boat ride with Captain Cabin on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Wheeled in by the Pest Pros at Royal Pest Services and awaken 180 weight loss.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Attention small business owners. Did you know you can get 100% tax deduction on a brand new Cadillac?
That's right. Choose your new Cadillac and qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price.
There's never been a better time to own a Cadillac and drive your business forward in style.
Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville today for incredible deals and expert advice.
Don't miss your chance. Experience the luxury you deserve and the savings you need.
Plus tax tag title, $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name Jacksonville trusts. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is now available at the Fresh Market Spirits and Wine. The Fresh Market Spirits and Wine is a new adult beverage store offering spirits, wine, beer, and accessories at A1A North in Ponte Vedra, a first-of-its-kind destination for thoughtfully curated spirits, wine, and beer as only the Fresh Market can. And now, you can get Brackish Vodka at the Fresh Market. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Putting an extra 60 minutes on the clock. The window world of Northeast Florida fifth quarter. Nailed down by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings on 1010XL.
Trevor under center. They run it with Tootin. He lowers his shoulder toward the goal line. Touchdown! A 2-yard touchdown run. And Jacksonville is extending the lead. How good is that?
Frank Franchi on the call. Jaguars radio. The rookie from Virginia Tech, Bayshell Tootin, with another touchdown in the Jaguars' 25-3 win today over the Tennessee Titans. Every week here on the fifth quarter, we do give you a defensive player of the game. That defensive player of the game is brought to you by our friends with Superior Fence and Rail. And let's do it right now. The Superior Fence and Rail defensive player of the game.
Jacksonville's building a fence along the goal line. This is the Superior Fence and Rail defensive player of the game. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Leon Searcy, Joshua Hines Allen, 3 tackles for loss, including 2 more quarterback sacks. That now gives him, I believe, 5 quarterback sacks in the last 4 games, as he is really coming on as we get down the stretch here. Hines Allen is once again your defensive player of the game.
I had to give him his flowers, absolutely. Early on in the season when he only had 2 sacks, I got on him. I piled on him. I told him that he wasn't playing worth a damn, to be quite honest with you. But right now, the last couple of games, that's what you're supposed to be. When you get the bag, there's expectations, the level of expectations that the organization expects out of you, and he's giving it to us. He's a disruptor. He's a guy that you got a game plan against. He can beat you with his speed, his power, his elusiveness, his ability to get around on twists, the games, and all that kind of stuff. That's the kind of presence you're going to need moving forward, because we're limited in numbers as far as rushers go. We didn't have Eric Armstead today. We don't have Trayvon Walker. So he's got to be the guy. That's the reason why he got the bag. So he's got to be the guy when we need him.
Let me ask a man that was a coach for 18 years in the National Football League. Coach Gerald Ingram, what does it say about a guy like Devon Hamilton, your starting defensive tackle, who has to go in there at long snapper in the first half when a guy goes down in Ross Matisic? What does that say about a guy like Devon Hamilton to be able to go in there and do that?
A more than needed person. I just have to say one thing to begin with. For all you parents or coaches in youth football out there, make your kids be a long snapper. Make them, because they're much needed out there. I mean, critical times. We beat Pittsburgh one night, in New York, because we knocked out their punt snapper, and James Harrison had to punt snap, and two of them went over the head, one for a touchdown, and another one gave the offense another chance, point blank range. So, if you got a kid out there, teach him to punt snap. But he did a great job today.
Listen, Coach, I had a dude named Kendall Gammon that came out with me in Pittsburgh in 1992, 5th-round pick out of Pittsburgh State. All right. 18 years in the league as a long snapper.
Yeah.
18 years in the league as long. He outlived me.
Definitely.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I think our backup here when we were Jaguars was Donovan Darius.
I believe you're right, yeah. I think he had to do it a couple of times when Rich Griffith got hurt. They do long snapping like camps now. And I was covering recruiting. You know how they have like quarterback camps? They literally have long snapper camps now. Pretty crazy. But what a job by Devon Hamilton to be able to go in there and be able to do that. 904-641-1010 is the phone number if you want to get involved. Talk about your first place Jacksonville Jaguars based on tiebreakers. That is correct. Jaguars currently now sit atop the AFC South with 8 wins and 4 losses. Let's head up to Buffalo. Let's get our guy Junior in here on 1010XL. Junior, what do you got?
Duval! Man, this is seriously, you're going to agree with me on this. I hate the Tennessee Titans very, very much. This was a great game. This was one of those games where I felt early that the Jaguars were going to let up and this was going to slip away from them. That first drive for Tennessee seemed like it, but they found themselves. They fought back. After it went 15-3, I had a great feeling that this game was over and the Jaguars took control of that game, and that's how they did it. Now they are in control of their own destiny. They're at first place right now. Next week at the bank, that stadium got to be full like it was on Monday night against the Chiefs. That stadium has to be rocking. They need to take out the Colts and earn the number 1 spot. When they take out the Colts next Sunday, when they do that, they'll earn that spot. They're in control, and I want to call you guys next Sunday with a great win. Let's go, Jags.
Junior, appreciate the phone call. What does it say, Coach, about Anthony Campanile, a first-year defensive coordinator, to have Tennessee have their best drive as their opening drive, and then they get nothing after that? Obviously, great adjustments by the defensive staff.
Well, you're doing what you should do, and that's what we said going into this game. We're a better team, and we should act like one, and each week we should gain from it and prepare for it. And this is the time of year you're trying to get better. Okay, as a team, as a defensive team, I don't care what the offense does, and I don't care what they go through, but you're gonna have some situations. But you want to play good, solid football on defense this time of year, and hopefully we score 1 point more than the opponent, but they're not going to score against us.
Back to the phone lines we go. 904-641-1010. Let's go out to Alabama. Let's get Jonathan in here on 1010XL. Jonathan, what's going on?
Duval!
What's on your mind tonight?
Well, offense played pretty well for the most part. Defense really stepped up their game today. And I hope Logan Cook is okay because he took a serious shot. Also, congratulations to your Gators, and I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to next week when we go and beat the Colts, and I hate the Titans, Leon.
Jonathan, appreciate the phone call. Logan Cook, Leon.
Yeah.
Mixing it up as a punter. And look, he was getting roughed up a little bit. And I heard Liam Cohen talking about this in the postgame. Because of the injury to the long snapper, Tennessee was doing more punt block stuff. Cook got knocked down 3 different times. Only one of those was a penalty called. So I don't blame the punter for getting a little angry. And I don't know if people know Logan Cook. He's not the smallest dude out there. He could mix it up a little bit, and you could tell there was some emotion, some frustration out there.
Well, listen, I'm watching that. I'm saying he's got some street cred now. Absolutely got some street cred. He kind of got in there, defending his teammate as well. Got in a little scuffle or whatever.
Can't mess with Dewey, man.
But here's the thing. Yeah. But who's going to punt for us if he gets hurt?
Well, I don't know who the backup punter is.
That's what I'm saying. No one knows. There's no depth chart for the backup punter. So he's got to be careful.
Yeah, understand the situation.
Yes.
If you're out, we're really nervous.
Yeah.
Okay? We found another punt snapper, but you want us to find us another punter just because you want to be big and brave?
Yeah.
I love you, but like Leon said, who's coming in?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. I agree, but I do get his frustration.
And he was grimacing too, so it seemed like something was wrong with his wrist or his shoulder or whatever. Because when I saw him on the sideline, when the camera was on him, he was grabbing his wrist or something like that. So that's the last thing we need for him to get hurt.
Be honest, they could have got before that happened. His previous punt
should have been roughing.
It should have been roughing.
I agree. And I think that's why he was mad. Yeah, that's why he was mad. There's no doubt about that.
I'm surprised you got away with that one.
Let's head to the north side. Let's get Zach in here on the 5th quarter on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM. Zach, what's going on?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Good, buddy. What's on your mind tonight?
Hey, 8-4. Can't be mad at that. But I have a question for the coach. Trevor Lawrence is like 6'6" or whatever it is, 6'7". Why do you think he gets so many balls batted down? And my next question is, do you think Liam Cohen is a good clock manager?
Zach, thank you. Trevor's always had passes batted down, Coach. Why is that, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, we addressed it last week, too. I mean, you put it on your offensive lineman. It really doesn't have anything to do with the size. It has to do with the pass rusher. And you have to stay engaged as the offensive lineman. Once you recognize that, your interior linemen are doing a good job of pass protecting in those lanes, and you're able to put your hand up in those type of situations, you got to put it on the defense for doing their job. And as an offensive lineman, you got to keep their hands down. You have to attack aggressively to get those hands down when the guy retreats. You can't just let him retreat and knock it down. And what was the other?
The Liam Cohen clock management.
No, I think he's doing pretty good as far as from that standpoint. There's some things I think because it's a learning progress with our team and understanding how valuable the clock is and knowing when to get out of bounds, when to declare yourself down. I think it's an ongoing situation. You saw it in Nick Saban. He was hardly ever, remember the one playoff year, they got in a 2-minute offense. It's almost like they didn't know how. Matter of fact, Kiffin was the offensive coordinator, and they're throwing to the wrong guy. You're just not, it's just, if you don't do it an awful lot, some guys out there forget about the mechanics of the game. So I think he's doing as best he can with what he has in this first year.
Let me go to the Pro Bowl offensive lineman. What about Trevor getting passes batted down? How much of that is on the O-line?
It's 50-50. I mean, Trevor's not out there shooting jumpers. All right. I mean, sometimes the trajectory of the ball has to go at certain angles or certain areas if guys are going down or whatever. So, but offensive line has to do a better job because they know that when a guy gives up on the rush, that pass protection becomes a run block now. Because you know that he's just sitting there trying to look at the quarterback eyes and he's trying to bat the ball down. So that's when you should be in attack mode. When he just backs up there and he's looking at the quarterback, that's when you run at him. That's what I was told to do when I was playing.
Let's head down to Palatka. Let's get Andy in here on 1010XL. Andy, what do you got?
Hey, I thought it was a great game. I thought they played real good. Let's hear for the backups, man. Everybody came in and pitched in for people when they got hurt. Only question, though, that thing right before halftime, I don't know why you didn't kick the field goal. I don't know what they were doing there. But other than that, great game. Ball.
Andy, appreciate it. All right, so I was wondering about that too, and I don't know this. My assumption is it would have been about a 60-yard kick. Remember, when Cam Little hit the 68-yarder, that was indoors in Las Vegas. It was windy in Nashville today. They were going into the wind. And at that point, it's 15-3. If I'm Liam Cohen, all right, Tennessee's offense is basically doing nothing. If I try a 60-yarder and that thing gets caught up in the wind, they might have a guy that runs a 4-3 back there returning it, kind of like the Auburn-Alabama situation from 12 years ago. If we get a kick six against us, all of a sudden the Titans have all sorts of momentum. I didn't hate the decision not to kick the field goal, but then when Arden Key acted like an idiot and got the 15-yard penalty, then the 45-yarder was much more manageable into that wind. Again, I don't know that, Coach, but that's my assumption, what Liam Cohen was thinking.
No, that was a decision made by the special teams coach and saying, hey, can he get it at 60 into the wind? And I think he probably said, well, you can force it, but why?
Yeah.
So that I thought that ended up being a great decision all around on that one, and they ended up getting it anyway.
Surprised Leon Arden Key, who was Trevor's teammate and was teammates with a lot of these guys, including Anton Harrison, got into it with him. I mean, that was a pretty good scuffle on the sideline there at the end of the first half.
Yeah, he cares a little bit too much about himself. Then we don't. So,
well, didn't he build Jacksonville?
Yeah,
Isn't that what he said when he left?
He needs to get over himself.
Yeah.
Right? You're a fond memory, or less than fond memory.
Well, that's no doubt about it, and he's on a 1-11 team right now. The Jaguars are far from 1-11. They are 8-4, and based on tiebreakers, are in first place in the AFC South. Art, Regina, Marcus, everybody on the line, we will get to you. We are with you until 8 o'clock tonight, and we are certainly glad you are spending part of your Victory Sunday evening with us. It is the Window World of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter. We are presented by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings. More to do, including a special teams player of the game that I can guarantee you, this man has never been the special teams player of the game until today. We'll tell you who it is next, right here on 1010XL.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through November 13th. Financing available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust.
License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true, quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing, no shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
This football season, Hurricane Grill and Wings is your game day getaway. Catch every play with the perfect drink in hand. Handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita, Spicy Guavarita, Old Fashioned, or the Red Bullerita. Beer more your style to watch the games? Enjoy an ice-cold Bud Light. Game day cocktails and Bud Light specials are here all season long at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find a restaurant near you at hurricanewings.com.
Listen to whatever you like, whenever you want.
I like this.
1010XL on demand. Ad-free shows after the live shows end. Channeled by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Search where you find podcasts.
Hey, it's Angela and Brian Wall. How many companies do you know in this day and age that actually want their potential customers to call their competition and get quotes from them?
That's what Window World wants you to do. Window World knows there are other window companies out there.
But we also know those other guys. When compared to Window World, they can't offer you the quality at the price that Window World can.
And with Window World, you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement business.
If anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows, 5 years from now, 10, 15, 50, Window World and I will be there to fix it for you. You get peace of mind with Window World, and to top it off, Window World windows increase the value of your home. So look what you get with Window World. Quality windows, low price, the best guarantee in the business, energy savings, and an increase in the value of your home. A win-win for you.
Call Window World today and get your free in-home estimate or see them online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World. Simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood. Underwood has completed 75 years in business, and now you are starting your next 75 years. If you were going to simplify things, what is the single most important thing in Underwood's history, and what will be the most important thing in your future?
Frank, that's simple. Our honesty and integrity. You know, our founder, H.F. Underwood's favorite saying was, know the truth and tell the truth. That's why we're the longest-standing member of the American Gem Society in Florida. Because we know you have to have the knowledge about gemstones before you can tell the truth about them. That's why we continue to educate our staff through the Gemological Institute of America and the American Gem Society. In fact, today, Underwood's has the largest American Gem Society credentialed staff of professionals east of the Mississippi River. So come by and see why we're looking forward to the next 75 years and let one of our experts assist you.
That's at Underwood's, serving excellence since 1928. In San Marco, Avondale, the shops of Ponte Vedra, Underwood Jewelers.
Need electric vehicle repair? Guardian Collision is expert certified for any electric vehicle. Trust the home team for auto body repair on your EV. Guardian Collision. They guard what moves you. At GuardianCollision.com.
Hurricane season may be past us, but are you prepared for when your power goes out? A permanently installed Generac home standby generator does more than keep the lights on when the power fails. It delivers peace of mind. Whether you're home or not, your Generac home standby system kicks into action and continues to power your home until utility power returns. Give American Electrical a call at 737-7770 to find out more. For the best from Generac, check out american-electrical.com.
Jacksonville, Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coatings, my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece. 1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Bringing you an extra quarter of football.
The window world of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter, nailed down by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings on 1010XL.
Got a bunch to the left. Trevor drops. Fires middle of the field. That ball is going to be caught for the touchdown, Jacoby Myers. And Jacksonville is in the end zone and has taken the lead.
Frank Frangie on the call, Jaguars radio. Jacoby Myers, 6 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown in the Jaguars' 25-3 victory today over the Tennessee Titans. Every week here on the fifth quarter, we do give you a special teams player of the game. The special teams player of the game is brought to you by our friends at Superior Plumbing. RJ, let's do it now. The Superior Plumbing Special Teams Player of the Game.
Jacksonville was built on specialists. Now the Special Teams Player of the Week, sealed by Superior Plumbing and Pipelining.
As I said, I guarantee you, Leon Searcy, this guy has never been the Special Teams Player of the Week, because I'm going to give it to Devon Hamilton, the starting defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars that apparently is the backup long snapper. He came in today on the field goal in the first half, also on the Logan Cook punts, and had to go in there when Ross Madison got hurt. That's tough for any guy to do. And for Devon Hamilton to go in there and do that, and for nothing to get blocked, and for nothing to go over the punter's head or anything like that, kudos to you, Devon Hamilton, and you are this week's Special Teams Player of the Game.
He was rock solid, because I can guarantee you this. He's not practicing doing that every day in practice, all right, because the long snapper is who he is. But he's the reserve guy. They're always a guy that you know that can do it, but you never have him do it. So for him to come in and have the rotational spin that he had one high one, I admit to it, but it went back on. Trust me, when I went to the University of Miami, all linemen had to do the long snap. I couldn't do it. All right? I couldn't do it. So I'm saying you got to be born the long snap. Okay.
Well, look, it wasn't easy. One of them was a 45-yard field goal. He also had the long snap when the Jaguars were backed up to their own end zone. Not an easy spot to do it, and Devon Hamilton handled himself very, very well in that situation.
And he had to, because I tell you what, if one goes over the snapper's head, and for a touchdown
changes
or a safety,
the complexion of the
or
game.
One scribbles on the ground and then he gets a punt block. It's very important that he got it back there on time.
Coach, it's been all positive for the first 40 minutes. It'll continue to be mostly positive. 13 penalties, man. I mean, what are we doing? Every week, penalties, penalties, penalties. And it was ridiculous today at times. At this point, that's who the Jaguars are. But we'll talk about it. That can't happen against good football teams in playoff situations down the stretch.
No, I think, we've had to deal with that lesson all season long, and we got to get better at it. And, you just can't bring ugly to the game at this time of year. And I know they'll address it again, but we always say, what about this team? They're resilient.
Yeah.
No matter what they do, as long as they don't lose their fight, we got to fight with them.
904-641-1010. If you want to get involved, you are certainly welcome to do so. Let's head down to Orlando. Let's get Art in here on 1010XL. Art, what's going on?
Hey, guys. First of all, happy belated Thanksgiving to all of you.
Same to you, buddy.
And thank you. Always great. Anytime the Jaguars crush the Titans in Nashville, which I think this is the biggest franchise win against the Titans in Nashville, that's a good day, even with the 13 penalties. So I have one question about the run game, but before that, what happened to Parker Washington? Do we know what went down there? Do you guys have an update on that?
It was a hip. He left the game, did not come back. Obviously, the Jaguars don't get too much into specifics. We'll probably learn more on Wednesday, but certainly that'll be something to monitor. He left the game, and, of course, Walker Little left the game with what appeared to be a concussion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Parker's talking about players stepping up. He's become a multi-tool threat on special teams and on offense, and just a great Jaguar all around. So we definitely want that guy back. Now, the question I had about the run game, because we know this team, when one part of the team is playing weak, somehow the other steps up. And today it was the defense holding Cam Ward completely in check, and Trevor just seemed to be very comfortable with the offense. The running game wasn't. So this is a question, and Leon, I want to hear what you have to say about this. When we know that we're fighting for the division lead, we're playing against some of the biggest defensive linemen in football. I mean, the Titans have a nasty line. Do you think there was a decision made to let's not go full throttle on the run and let's not throw our running backs into the grinder, knowing we have a big game and knowing our defense and offense are controlling it through the air? Do you think we just kind of let off there a little bit and played it a little soft to try and get everybody through the game, just enough running to keep the ball moving down the field and convert third downs and then, the 2-yard touchdown run?
Art, thank you for the phone call. Appreciate it. Leon, what about that?
Well, God, I hope not. Because, I mean, listen, just traditionally, I don't want to say traditionally, but historically, this offensive line over the last couple of years has always struggled with this Titan defense. I mean, you look at last year, you look at 2 years ago, especially when we go on the road to Nashville. Now, I don't know what it is because it's big on big, and it just, unfortunately, we don't respond too well on big. When you got a big physical defensive front, whatever you think that you do as well is not enough. And I just don't think this offensive line over the last couple of years, when they play a Titans defense that is big and physical, they don't respond well to. Even in a situation where a couple of years ago where we needed to beat the Titans on the road in Tennessee to get in the playoffs, with Derrick Henry's last game, we didn't uphold our end offensively as far as running the ball. So I don't know what it is, but this team just doesn't respond well. But we've got to establish some kind of ground game moving forward. If this team wants to go where it needs to go in the playoffs, you've got to run the ball.
Quickly, what did you see out of Wyatt Milam? He got a lot of playing time today.
Yeah, he did. He got a lot of play. He did some good things, did some bad things. He got beat on the twist a couple of times. And that's just rust. That's just not being in the equation of football enough to be, he was not as reactive as I would have liked him to have been when it came to a lot of the pass protections and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, for his first time being out there, he did okay.
Coach, there's no doubt 12 carries, 27 yards for Travis Etienne is not going to get it done. They got to get considerably better in the running game, and they still won today by 22, which is a credit to them, and it just shows you how awful Tennessee is. But clearly that's not going to work against some of the better teams in the league.
Well, I think what happened in this game is they felt real comfortable in the first quarter. How Trevor was throwing the ball, he looked very at ease. He looked very confident. The receivers were making plays. Strange, Morris, just the weapons that he had in front of him. I think the play calling was suiting for the quarterback, and I think that's where Liam geared towards as the game progressed in that situation. So I don't blame all of it on that, but I think how the game was going. This is a game that I thought the quarterback needed, and this is what we needed to see him grow. And I think that affected certain things. And then I thought we got conservative in our play calling of the run game. But I think the pass game was a game that, hey, sometimes you win with the run, sometimes you win with the pass. And yes, we have to play better, and we have to play better third down, and we have to possess the ball. You run the ball for the attitude. You run the ball to possess the clock. And put the offensive line in position to win up front. So we have to have that balance. What we saw today, we can't do next weekend. We have to win up front, running the ball somehow.
Let's head to my neck of the woods, to Mandarin. Let's get Marcus in here on the fifth quarter on 1010XL. Marcus, what do you got?
Hey, what you say? Duval County, stand up. Let's go. We need that dub. That's what I'm talking about. Now we lead the division, and we just got to lock in and continue to win. All I got to say is, just look me in my eye. You can tell I'm Duval till I die. Oh, just look me in my eye. You can tell I'm Duval till I die. Oh, all this pride, I'm Duval till I die.
Marcus, all right, man, that's awesome. Yes, sir. And you got to feel good for the fan base, too. Again, Leon, you and I have done fifth quarters for the last 10-plus years, where after Thanksgiving, we were looking at draft boards and mock drafts.
Free agency.
Now we're analyzing playoff scenarios. Who do we need to win? Who do we need to lose? That sort of thing. So the fan base, you got to feel good for them right now. And again, probably the biggest regular season home game coming up on Sunday since the AFC South championship game at the end of 2022. This Indianapolis-Jacksonville game Sunday at 1 o'clock here in Jacksonville is enormous. And I have no doubt the fans are going to show out.
Well, first of all, the fans absolutely deserve this. Soak this all in. Enjoy it. Lay down tracks, songs, whatever you need to do. Because there's been no fan base that's been as loyal and waiting as long as this Jacksonville Jaguars fan base. So embrace it. Enjoy it. Enjoy the new car smell, all right, that Liam and the organization has brought to this team. A toughness, an awareness, a physicalness, a believing, persevering, all that kind of stuff. So embrace the playoff. I mean, right now, we got a big game next week. Right now, we're going to enjoy it 24 hours. We're going to enjoy this right now. And then come Wednesday, we're going to get preparedness to go out there and be the Colts team.
A Colts team that, again, we'll talk about it all week, and they'll hear about it all week, has not won in Jacksonville, Florida since 2014, which will be quite the topic heading into this huge game. Back to Mandarin. Regina up here on the fifth quarter on 1010XL. Regina, what's going on?
Duval!
Yes, ma'am.
I'm one of those fans enjoying the victory. I thought it was a full team victory, meaning the coach's play calling helped, as well as all three phases of the game. And Devon Hamilton does deserve a shout-out. I have a question, though. Why Arden Key threw a punch on Anton Harrison? Now, when Trayvon Walker did that a few weeks ago, he got ejected. So why didn't Arden Key get ejected? And I love your guys' comments. I'm always, eager to listen after the game, especially after a victory. And go Jags.
Regina, appreciate the phone call. I'd have to go back and look. I actually thought on first glance that Anton Harrison threw a punch at Arden Key, and I was worried that Harrison was going to get tossed. He didn't even get a penalty. Arden Key got the penalty. I'd have to go back and look. I wouldn't even call it a melee, but in that tussle, I didn't necessarily see Key throw a punch. The reason Trayvon got ejected, from my understanding, was it was a closed fist. Apparently, Leon, if you open the fist up and you do that, that's a slap compared to a punch with a closed fist. So, again, I'd have to go back and look, but I know that was the explanation as to why Trayvon got tossed, because it was a closed fist there in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I agree. But listen, I'd rather get punched than slapped, okay? I'm a grown-ass man. Don't be slapping me.
Well,
but hey, I'm going to tell you who's going to see it, though. Whatever was thrown, trust me, the NFL will see it, okay? Because they've got evaluators that look at stuff like that. They look at skirmishes and fights and stuff like that. And if anybody threw any punches, their checks will be lighter, because they will find you.
And the Titans did get a guy tossed later in the game on that special teams issue with Logan Cook. So tempers flared, and it's got to be tough for Tennessee. I mean, not that we have any sympathy for those guys, but, Coach, you were talking about Mike McCoy, formerly here in Jacksonville. He was on Doug Peterson's staff. He's the interim coach up there. That guy looked like he was just not enjoying himself very much.
He definitely looked like the most frustrated guy in the world. I mean, I think he was kind of disgusted with the play of how his team was playing, how his team was reacting.
Their rookie quarterback wasn't very good today either.
No, it wasn't very good. And, he had to be very careful as a head coach by your mannerisms on the field. Because if it goes to the locker room, you really lose the locker room. But it wasn't a good picture for him to show those kind of frustrations. And when you didn't go for it on fourth down in the third quarter, when you're behind, it really put a sour taste to those fans, and they just said, "I'm out of here."
From that standpoint, we got to go quick here. They're 1-10. He's an interim coach. If you're ever going to throw caution to the wind, no one thinks he's going to get that job. He's not going to get that job. You're out of playoff contention. Why wouldn't you throw the kitchen sink at the Jaguars today? What are you doing punting in some of those fourth and shorts? Why not go for it from a coaching perspective?
Well, like I said, I think he showed his frustrations, and it wasn't a good look on him as well as his team. He they lost the discipline of the team. They're fighting, they're pushing. There's a lot of shove and go, and it's a rivalry game. But you're still going to be graded on your ability to control the team and play with pride, and then you're playing for whoever the next coach is going to be, let alone your job on where your next job's going to be. So overall, it wasn't good for the players. It wasn't good for the head coach, for that look. And those are the fans that are still there, just like Jaguar fans. Okay, those are the loyal of the loyal. Okay, that are still there. All those other people who left, but the ones there, they want to see you fight to the end.
Leon, I kind of thought that watching that game, we've been there. It was like us looking in the mirror. I mean, the Titans today, how many Jaguar games do we remember that felt that same exact way?
A lot of them.
A lot of
them, bro. I mean, and when I saw that, I was like, I never want to go back to that again.
Oh,
bro.
no.
Never.
No.
So I mean, I'm so happy that what this new regime has done to this team, to this organization, it's made them winners.
If you're on the phone lines, we will get to you. We're with you till 8 o'clock tonight. We are at halftime on the fifth quarter. 1 hour down, 1 hour to go. Kim in St. Augustine, you'll be first up. If you want to get in, there is room for you. 904-641-1010. 904-641-1010. The Window World of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter. We are presented by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings. We'll come back with a play of the game. More to do as we break down the 25-3 victory over the Tennessee Titans, and we begin to look ahead to a huge game in the AFC South here in Jacksonville next week when the Colts come into town. With you till 8 o'clock. Glad you're with us. Fifth quarter rolls on here on 1010XL.
Non-stop Knowles. Search 1010XL Seminoles on YouTube.
The toughest bulls, the bravest riders. For 8 seconds, it's all on the line. Glory or nothing. These are cowboys who face down danger, defy the odds, and push themselves beyond limits most wouldn't dare. This is their world, where legends are made on the backs of ranked bulls. It's bull time, Jacksonville. PBR Bucks into Five-Star Memorial Arena February 20th and 21st. Get your tickets now at pbr.com/tickets.
Hey, Jags fans, Tommy Mack here. Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with Crown Royal Rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. And if your dream is to create that space where you're living large in your backyard, then you need to get with the good people at CSS. They put a gas log in our fireplace, an awesome fire pit out back where the kids can toast s'mores and we can just hang out and watch the game. It's all part of your outdoor living experience with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
Everybody, Mike Dempsey here, and the cooler weather is upon us. Folks, it's the perfect time to try the new breakfast sandwich from Dandy Foods. A hearty one, too. A twin-pack cinnamon swirl and country sausage. You get the sweet first, then the salty kicks in, and trust me, they are addicting. And you'll find them all at daily stores around town. So the next time you're out and about, stop and get all that deliciousness in less than a minute from Dandy. Just one more reason to go out and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
Put a little hot sauce on your lunchtime listening. Spicy. Joe Coward, Matt Hayden, and Leon Searcy. They are XL Prime Time.
Or alarm fired.
From the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through November 13th. Financing available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust.
License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
The drip from a leaky faucet isn't just annoying, it's wasteful. Worn parts or corrosion could waste thousands of gallons a year. Superior Plumbing and Pipeline will fix it fast. When your faucet's leaking, make the superior choice. Learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Home of the Jaguars, 1010XL, WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach. When Jag News breaks, hear it first on 1010XL.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, I've heard you talk about the quality philosophy of Underwoods. Just what is that?
Frank, simply stated, the Underwood quality philosophy is fine jewelry and gifts will bring customers back and create new customers through the endorsements given to Underwoods by our satisfied customers. However, it's our definition of quality that's really been the Underwood difference, because quality has to go beyond materials and craftsmanship and has to include things like design, how it's presented, our service, our integrity, a customer's experience in our store, and the satisfaction a customer feels when they've chosen a special gift from Underwoods. A person or a company earns a reputation over a long period of time. And in Underwoods, we know that you earn your reputation every day, because that good reputation can be lost in a matter of days if you're not committed to doing the right thing for the long term.
That's Underwood, serving excellence in North Florida since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses services across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow, mirrors cut exactly to your style, fogged or broken glass replaced, decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval!
Join me, Max Fink, as I keep a close eye on everything that happens in Gator Nation.
The Gator Report, polished up by San Jose Collision, on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gators!
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is the window world of Northeast Florida fifth quarter, flavored by Hurricane Grill and Wings and Apex Roofing and Contracting on 1010XL.
Dropping the throw. Trevor looks, lots of time. Now fires back, corner of the end zone, or the middle of the end zone, touchdown! Brenton Strange in the middle of the field. A 21-yard touchdown catch from Trevor Lawrence, and Jacksonville has extended the lead.
Frank Frangie on the call. Jaguars radio, Trevor Lawrence to Brenton Strange. The second touchdown of the game for the Jaguars. Every week here on the fifth quarter, we do give you a play of the game. Play of the game is brought to you by our friends with Performance Painting. RJ, let's do it now. The Performance Painting play of the game.
Now the Performance Painting high performance play of the game. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Leon, the touchdown to Brenton Strange is the play of the game. So great to have Brenton Strange back. You got Brian Thomas Jr. back. We'll see about Parker, although he is tweeting. He was on X after the game, which is probably a good sign. He left with a hip and did not come back. But with the way Jacoby Myers is playing, with Brenton Strange finding the end zone, Tootin finding the end zone, you obviously know what you have with ETN. You're getting a lot of guys back now in that skill position on offense for this home stretch.
And that's key. That's absolutely key moving forward, is that we're getting a lot of our depth back, a lot of our starters back. We're getting healthier down the put. Even on the defensive side, we'll start getting some of our guys back maybe for the Colts game. But, yeah, Brenton Strange, did you see the time that he had to throw that football?
A lot of time.
The offensive line did an outstanding job giving them the time to throw the ball. So, yeah, it's good that we're getting healthy down this stretch. So it's going to definitely help catapult us to where we need to go.
Coach, you singled out one of the guys on defense earlier, Andrew Wingard, you thought had a good game. Elaborate on that. What was it about Dewey's game that you liked today?
Well, I thought he was active. I thought he was active in the run game and run support, and I thought in the pass game he was where he needed to be. Whenever you see guys flying around in the secondary, you get excited about that, as opposed to being the reason why. But when you talked about the secondary, like I said, I thought there was some coverage. There was some good coverage ideas being, and coverage being done in sacks as well. But, just to elaborate on the receiver situation, just thought about a guy that we've forgotten all about who might have to be the guy to come off the bench and be the player, whatever happened to D. Brown.
Yeah, Dommy Brown. He was a healthy scratch today.
Yeah, so now, is he the guy that has to come in for if Parker misses this game? D. Brown's got to be the guy to step in, so they've got a collective group of receivers. Mm-hmm. But it's great to have a guy like Myers, Jacoby Myers, that makes everybody understand their role.
No doubt. And I thought it was interesting. Again, wide receivers play different positions. Austin Trammell was active today. De'Ami Brown was not. Yeah. He was a healthy and active. To St. Augustine we go. Let's get Kim in here on the fifth quarter on 1010XL. Kim, what's going on?
Hey, fellas. Just real quick before I ask my question, this Thanksgiving weekend, just wanted to say I'm thankful for you guys. Been listening the whole time. I just don't call in much, but there's a silent community of us diehard Jags fans. So I appreciate you and wanted to wish you a happy holiday.
Oh, well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Same to you.
I'm curious. I mean, in general, I'm used to us playing Houston first or second game of the season, and usually Tennessee towards the end of the season, and then Indy somewhere filtered in. But how are we ending up with 4 divisional games out of 6 in the last 5 weeks of the season? I'm wondering how that works.
Kim, appreciate it. I honestly don't know how the schedule, if there's a rhyme or a reason to it. I'm happy it worked out in the fashion that it did, because the Jaguars, with 2 against the Colts, I mean, honestly control their own destiny. Now, this is the point I made earlier. I like the fact that Indianapolis lost, but I said this, Leon, on Hacker After Dark. I would have almost preferred that Houston lost, because Indy's leaking oil now, and they have a tougher schedule. It's okay that Houston won today, but now you need to become Kansas City Chief fans next week. Obviously, take care of business here against Indy, and I would love for Kansas City to beat Houston next week at Arrowhead. You want to talk about the perfect scenario. Is Jacksonville beating Indy and Mahomes and Kelsey circling the wagons and knocking off the Texans next week?
Listen, I like the fact that the Texans keep showing your toes, all right? Makes every game that more pivotal, that more important. I mean, iron sharpens iron. I mean, if this was a week, the division that we just ran through, there's no joy in that.
That's fair. Jaguars have little room for error.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's going to keep everybody on their P's and Q's, all right? Like I said, when I was here, we had the Steelers that were good, the Ravens that were good, the Titans that were good. We didn't have any games that we could take off, because if you slip, they're going to take over. You're jockeying for positions. You're trying to we're putting ourselves in a situation where seeding becomes important to us. And I like the fact that the Texans and the Colts are going to put a little pressure on. I want to see how this team responds to it.
Coach, it is odd, though. And, again, I don't know, what goes into scheduling. But the fact that there's 17 games, and yet the NFL has the Jaguars playing 4 of their 6 divisional games in the final 6 weeks of the year.
Well, they obviously wanted to compete, not knowing how this schedule was going to end up like it is right now. But they are competing, and hopefully somebody, when this, I've had it in the NFC East, and where we all canceled each other out because each week was a tough game. Like Leon said, we're going to battle it out, and somebody's going to knock somebody out of the race as you go along. So hopefully you did your due diligence to find a way to win each and every single game down to the wire and put yourself in position to play in the playoffs and then play each other again.
904-641-1010 if you want to get involved tonight. 904-641-1010. We are with you here on the 5th quarter until 8 o'clock this evening. Let's head down to Melbourne. Let's get Steve in here on 1010XL. Steve, what's going on?
Hey, not too much, guys. Watched the game, happy as can be. I got to give a shout-out to D-Ham doing double duty with D-tackle and long snapper. Jacoby Myers was the best trade we could have done. Brian Thomas actually ran over the middle, but I think it was because it was a drag route and nobody was ahead of him. Trevor had his best game of the year, in my opinion. Not the best on the running game today, but just did the bare minimum, in my opinion. Defense, balled out, showed out. JHA getting a couple sacks in there. I thought the youngins did their thing, too. Linebackers did their thing. Did real good in the secondary. And I agree with Coach. Leonard had a good game, and Antonio Johnson. A lot of people made their open field tackles, didn't let anybody get away from them. I'll take your comment.
Steve, thank you for the phone call. I agree with a lot of what he just said. And I'll tell you this, Leon, was it 21 days ago? I think it was 21 days ago. We sat in this studio, and you, myself, and Coach, our heads were spinning after that 19-point fourth quarter collapse. We were just in a fog, in a daze. Like, what just happened? That was 21 days ago. It's not very long. And for this team and this first-year coaching staff to come out of the biggest collapse in fourth quarter in the Jaguar franchise history and beat the Chargers, go on the road and beat the Cardinals, and go back on the road today and beat the Titans, win 3 in a row after that collapse, what does that say about Liam Cohen and this staff to keep the team together?
Well, the first thing he did is Liam Cohen. He didn't panic, all right? Well, first thing he said in the locker room, or he probably said it in the meeting room, I think he said on the presser, this is not us. That collapse was a major fail on all the cores, from top to bottom. And everybody had their handprint on it. And I was very particular on how this team was going to respond to that. And they responded well. They responded absolutely well. They responded like a team that was pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good. That's absolutely good. You use that energy and you conduct that energy against whoever you go up against. And you saw it, the way they played against the Chargers. Couldn't have been a more perfect game that they played. I'm talking about clean on both sides of the ball, clean as far as the penalties go, dominated on both sides. That's what you wanted. Then Arizona, same thing. Escape with your life, so what? Survive in advance, and then you play a very bad Titans team, and you put them out their misery early. There was never a point in the game where I thought that the Titans had any kind of control outside of what we gave them. So that's what you do. You're on a nice little roll. You're 3-0. All right? I'm telling you, momentum is everything when you're in this league. And if you got momentum going into the playoffs, you got a nice little streak going, you play some dominant football, have some carryover once you get into the tournament.
And, Coach, one of my biggest complaints is we've known how they've responded to adversity. They've responded very well. They haven't responded to success very well. You beat Arizona in overtime. You're feeling really good about things. Thanksgiving week, going to play an awful Tennessee team, knowing the big game against Indy next week would have been very easy for a, quote, letdown situation. Obviously, that did not happen. Certainly shows a lot of growth by this football team.
Oh, it definitely shows the growth. You know, we were afraid that this was going to be a trap game.
Yeah.
That you're going to play down to their level and make this game a lot closer than it is, you know, like we have in some other previous games. You know, like Leon said, you know, that learning lesson couldn't have happened at a better time for this team. You imagine that type of a game happening, you know, 2 weeks from now, you know, and learning that lesson. Well, you could count yourself out in those kind of situations. So that gave us a wake up and a sense of urgency that Liam was able to use and say, hey, it's going to take every one of us. Because, you know, something we always say on game day, nobody cares about your problems, your injuries, or anything else. You come up with a win. No matter how you win, at the end of the day, it's a win. And you put it back and you go on to the next win. Okay? And hopefully you can win. It's the NFL. So, I mean, that's what I think more than anything that Liam has shown, that we're as good as anybody out there. Don't count us out until the last whistle.
Let's quickly head to the north side. Let's get Jarrell in here on the fifth quarter on 1010XL. Jarrell, what do you got?
Hey, what's going on, Hacker? What's going on, Thursday? Really no question. I'm just, you know, Jaguars, man. We did what we were supposed to do. We played good against a bad team. We did what we were supposed to do. We control the AFC South, and we're going to keep our foot on next, man. Go Duval, man. Jaguars, let's go. And, hey, I'm going to say this, too. Our quarterback not playing bad right now, man. He playing good. Let's go.
Jarrell, appreciate the phone call. Trevor Lawrence played well today. Now, again, the second half was not pretty on offense. I do think there's some of that. And, Leon, you tell me, you're the 11-year NFL player in here. When the opposing offense can do nothing and your defense is dictating everything, I mean, it's easy to say go 100% every time, but your coaching probably does get a little vanilla on offense. You don't want to give them a stupid turnover that gives them any momentum. The offense, I just think because of the flow of the game and knowing Tennessee could do nothing offensively, did that maybe affect the offensive production in the second half?
It could have been. It was a letdown. Because as an offensive player, you're a spectator too. When you're on the sideline, their offense is on and you look at their offense, and it's sputtered. I mean, couldn't run, couldn't pass, anything like that. You know, the natural tendency is like, this team is terrible.
Yeah.
There's no way we're going to lose to this team. That's what you have to be careful of. You absolutely have to be careful of. You've got to keep the mindset of that you be about your business and let them handle their business. All right? If they're bad, let them be bad. But don't you tag along with them. All right? So that sometimes in the player's psyche, you know, that does come across.
One more segment of phone calls. If you're on the line, we will get to you. That's Jim. That's Sean. If you want to get in, there is room for you. 904-641-1010. I will tell you, in the 4 o'clock games, Seattle has gone final. They absolutely destroyed Minnesota. Buffalo is going to beat Pittsburgh, it appears. Buffalo is up 26-7. Yeah, Buffalo is absolutely going to win. And the Chargers have just gone final. The Chargers over the Raiders. So the Chargers go to 8-4. Buffalo is about to go to 8-4. Keep in mind, go back to Thanksgiving. Baltimore lost, dropped to 6-6. Kansas City lost to drop to 6-6. Houston is 7-5. So the Jaguars, I won't say comfortably in the playoffs right now, but they are the number 3 seed. If the AFC playoffs began today, based on tiebreakers, the Jaguars are the number 3 seed. They play Indianapolis next Sunday in one of the biggest regular season home games here in a long, long time. More of your phone calls. We'll also give you a drive of the game as well with you till 8 o'clock right here. It's the fifth quarter, 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
We love winning, and 1010XL wants you to win our contests. We also like to share the winning. That's why we ask you to wait 30 days to win again so others get a chance to have the winning feeling. Find complete contest details at 1010XL.com.
Welcome to Rockville. Returns to Daytona International Speedway May 7th through 10th with Foo Fighters, My Chemical Romance, Guns N' Roses, and Bring Me the Horizon. Plus, Turnstile, Five Finger Death Punch, The Offspring, Breaking Benjamin, A Day to Remember, Godsmack, and so many more. Welcome to Rockville, May 7th through 10th. Passes on sale now for as low as $1 down at welcometorockville.com.
Come to Monahan Jewelers' 48th annual holiday sale now with up to 30% off on GIA certified diamonds and up to 40% off our entire store. Certified diamonds, gemstones, engagement rings, diamond studs, designer brands. We're not a big box store. We're your local family jeweler with an amazing hand-picked inventory for every budget. And with interest-free financing, enjoy beautiful jewelry with a low monthly payment. Support your local family jeweler this Christmas with up to 40% off our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach open 7 days a week in December.
Bueller,
stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I called you about the ductwork in my attic this summer, and you totally blew me off.
I did.
My airflow is too low and my bills are too high.
I know.
There's stains on my ceiling tiles and sweating around the vents, and the mice have chewed so many holes in the ducts, I think they're getting more AC than I am.
I know.
Then how could you let me suffer all summer, Jason?
Because summer is the one time of year I just can't send my technician into someone's steaming hot attic. They'd kill me. Ductwork is hot, cramped work at the best of times. Lucky for you, those best of times are in November.
You mean like now?
Bueller Air and Plumbing can repair your old, damaged, or just plain sketchy ductwork right now when it's not too hot and not too cold.
And none of your technicians will kill you.
It's a win-win.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Join 1010XL and the Frangie Show live from Firehouse Subs in Julian Creek, December 2nd from 4 to 6. It's your chance to meet a Jags player, more cheerleaders, and grab a hot sub. That's Tuesday the 2nd, 4 to 6 at Firehouse in Julian Creek.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Former Jags middle linebacker Tom McManus brings some grit to the ladies of helmets and heels.
You do it as tough as it is possible to do.
Tommy, Lauren, and Taylor.
Backed by Green Law Group. Afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
Hurricane season may be past us, but are you prepared for when your power goes out? A permanently installed Generac home standby generator does more than keep the lights on when the power fails. It delivers peace of mind. Whether you're home or not, your Generac home standby system kicks into action and continues to power your home until utility power returns. Give American Electrical a call at 737-7770 to find out more. For the best from Generac, check out american-electrical.com.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
Jacksonville, Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coating, my MVP. Tough,
slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
The wait is over. Sunday, December 7th, your Jacksonville Jaguars return to Everbank Stadium for a massive division showdown against the Indianapolis Colts. This is more than just a game. It's a statement.
Touchdown, Jacksonville!
The Jags are back home and ready to turn up the heat in their iconic Prowler throwbacks. Kickoff is 1 p.m., so pack the bank and make it loud. Secure your seats now at Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 full years. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. The window world of Northeast Florida, 5th quarter, flavored by Hurricane Grill and Wings and Apex Roofing and Contracting on 1010XL.
Trevor under center. They run it with Tootin. He lowers his shoulder toward the goal line. Touchdown! A 2-yard touchdown run, and Jacksonville is extending the lead. How good is that?
Frank Frangie, Jaguars Radio, Bayshell Tootin with the touchdown. Every week here on the 5th quarter, we do give you a drive of the game. That drive of the game is brought to you by our friends at Randy Marion Cadillac. RJ, let's do it now. The Randy Marion Cadillac drive of the game.
Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac drive of the game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
All right, Coach, good teams make their opponents pay for mistakes. Tennessee had gotten Jacksonville off the field, then a 15-yard roughing the punter penalty. Jacksonville comes back on the field, 15 plays in total, 71 yards, 6 minutes, 36 seconds off the clock. Bayshell Tootin from 2 yards out for the final score of the day for the Jaguars.
No, it was good to close the game out. You know, these are kind of games you like I said, you don't want to have a trap game, but you do want to finish strong. You know, you want to be able to score as many points as you can score. And really, being in a rival game that they are, you want to hurt them as much as you can. So, I mean, we all would love to have a few more scores in this, but that was a good closing for us, and let's get on to the next opponent.
And again, Leon, just beating a division opponent on the road, something the Jaguars haven't done a whole lot around here in recent memory. You're now 2-1 in the division. Obviously, the win at home against Houston, the win today in Tennessee. It's all about winning your division games. And of the 5 games remaining, 3 of them are in the division. You got the Colts twice, and of course, you'll see the Titans again in the season finale.
Well, I mean, that's the quickest way to get to the playoffs. You win your division first and foremost, and down the stretch, we're gonna have to be on the P's and Q's because you can't afford with the Titans. I mean, not the Titans, but with the Colts right behind us and the Texans right behind us, as far as wins and losses go. You can't afford to have any down weeks. You absolutely every week has got to be playoff play each and every game, and that's the only way. That's how it should be for this team. You've got to have playoff mode moving forward, and it's good for us that we have divisional games.
Final segment of phone callers. If you're on the line, we will get to you. 904-641-1010 is the phone number. Let's head out to the beaches. Let's get Jim in here on the 5th quarter. Jim, go ahead.
Good evening, gentlemen. First of all, I wanted to thank Leon for introducing this blind guy to the taste treat of lemon pepper. It's great stuff. But I was wondering about the play or the non-roughing call involving Logan. If I heard Frank or Jeff correctly, I thought I could have sworn one of them said that he had gotten hit in the head. And I was kind of wondering why, if that was the case, why that wasn't the penalty. I understood what the ref said about his feet, but being down, for picking up. But I was wondering about if he did get hit in the head, why wasn't that a penalty?
Jim, appreciate the phone call. I actually thought Logan Cook got rough 3 times. They only called one of them, which I think is why you saw Logan Cook have the frustration, Ross Matizik have the frustration. I don't know if there's ever been a time in NFL history where the punter and the long snapper get personal fouls on the same play for mixing it up with the opponent, but that happened today for the Jaguars. I'd have to go back and watch the third of them, but I thought, Coach, the refs could have called 3 roughing penalties, and they only called 1.
Well, I think the punter got upset on how they were doing it because they were acting like they weren't roughing into the punter, but you hit the punter. You know, he would turn his back and act like, "Oh, is everything okay?" No, you actually hit the punter,
right?
And definitely got away with 1 to 2 other ones, and he got frustrated.
And look, if you're Tennessee, and you got to be careful if you're Jacksonville in a situation like that, Leon. I'm sure you guys had that when you were here, when you were destroying teams. You don't want to get in some, skirmish that costs you a game or 2 down the road. The Jaguars' cooler heads prevailed. I mean, the Titans had a guy ejected from the game. Yeah. Luckily, the Jaguars were smarter than that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look. Desperate times, desperate measures. You're talking about a 1-10 team that's not going anywhere. The last thing you want is your guys to be ejected and fined or maybe suspended because of some foolishness they may have started. Because they have nothing to lose. They're 1-10. They're going home. We're trying to make a playoff push. We can't afford to have substantial guys be suspended and getting in scrubbles and getting in fights.
Well, that cost Baltimore a couple years ago. Do you remember? I mean, the undisciplined, selfish acts on the field, that cost them a chance against, was it Baltimore, Kansas City, when the wide receiver did what he did? You can't have that. No matter if it's a game, you can't afford those dumb, selfish penalties that distract from winning the game and losing the game. So that's got to be handled. And I thought there were a couple players out there that grabbed some of our own players and said, "Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Right.
All you can do is hurt the team, then help the team."
And that's something the Jaguars are going to have to take care of moving forward, no doubt. Let's head up to the state of New Jersey. Let's get Sean in here on the 5th quarter on 1010XL. Sean, what do you got?
Duval.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go, boys. Woo! Wow. I mean, it's never a bad day when we get to take a big can of you-know-what to the Tennessee Titans. And, man, it just felt good to be a Jag today. I was watching with all my buddies up here in New Jersey and, just talking to them about, just how proud I am to be a Jag fan. I'm still taking it from them as usual, oh, Jags, they stink, blah, blah, blah. But whatever. I don't care, man. We have a team right now that I'm growing and growing in confidence for him. And maybe I'm drinking too much of the Kool-Aid, which I've done in the past. We all have. But I just feel really good with this coaching staff right now. I feel like they are putting our players in the best positions. And, I'm not totally coming around on Trevor Lawrence yet, but I will say that he is starting to remind me of the playoff run where I don't know if it's much of a run, but where we beat the Chargers in the comeback and ended up barely losing to the Chiefs. It just kind of has reminiscence of that type of feel to it. And I don't know, I just want to know how you guys are feeling. Are we at a point now where we feel pretty good about the chances of us making the playoffs and making this run, or are we still skeptical and waiting for the other shoe to drop? Or
Sean, appreciate the phone call.
Everything in moderation.
Yes.
Okay, everything.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah, everything in moderation.
Be happy, but just know you got a gigantic game.
Don't sprain your wrist patting yourself on the back.
And Leon, along those lines, now again, I understand that the players don't care about this and the organization doesn't care about this, but we're talking to the fans.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure they got us pumped into the team plane flying back to Jacksonville.
I'm not saying this about the fans. The fans can go as crazy as they want.
Yeah, what I'm asking you is in relation to the fans.
Okay,
so I got a different point on that. Today, on all the ESPNs, the CBSs, the NFL Network pregame shows, battle for the AFC South, Texans, Colts. AFC South on the line, Texans, Colts. Huge game, AFC South. Winner wins the division, Texans, Colts. Not one mention of Jacksonville. I think nationally, people are going to be shocked when that AFC playoff picture appears, when they see Jacksonville as the 3rd seed because of the lack of notoriety the Jaguars are getting despite being 8-4. And I get the sense that Jacksonville, this city, and this organization, we're going to start liking that, and we're going to start using that a little bit. They don't want to see the Jaguars in the playoffs, and that could be a big sense of motivation, at least for the fan base.
Go to hell with them, all right? Use that fuel. Keep that chip on your shoulder, all right? Remember where you were when you let the Texans back in the game and came back, and everybody piled on you, told you weren't worth for this or that or whatever.
Most overrated team in the league. This, that, and the other.
Heard, people were like, I remember they had this thing called pretenders and contenders, and they were like, Jacksonville's pretenders. They lost to the Texans and whatever. Remember all that. Keep the receipts of all the people that talked about you, because we ain't got no room on the wagon. No, just go about your business. Consistency, stay pissed off. And just every team is in the way. Every team that you play moving forward is in the way.
You'd rather be the underdog and earn the right to win. And let's circle the wagons and keep the wagons circled. And let's have a reason to win.
2 more calls tonight, Mark and Kiko. Let's begin with Kiko in San Pablo. Kiko, you're on 1010XL. What's happening?
All right. Thank y'all for having me. Long-time listener, big fan here. I just want to say that Liam Cohen, he always talks about in his victory speeches, post-game speeches, he always talks about the good things. And then he says, we got to clean stuff up. There has to be a metric in which we are leading the league in penalties by a long shot. I mean, I think I saw it. That was probably the most penalized game of the whole season. We had 13 for almost 100 yards. Is that about right?
Yeah, it was bad, no doubt.
It was bad. And that coupled with drops, which have gotten a lot better, specifically with the signing of Jacoby Myers, people coming back from injury and all that. But, oh, my goodness, those two things together, that's what's going to stop this team, I'll tell you. Little mistakes like that, because I can see it. By the end of the season, there's a very good chance we could win the AFC South, but there's a good chance the AFC South could have 3 teams in the playoffs. Who would have thought it?
Kiko, appreciate the phone call. Coach, we talked about this earlier. I mean, we're after Thanksgiving. Tomorrow's December. It's who the Jaguars are, and they're just a very penalized team. And I guess if you're a coaching staff, you just got to keep working. But at the end of the day, weeks go by, and even though the wins are accumulating, which is great, I mean, 13 penalties today is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, there were some games we had a couple games we did better, but it's been a continual issue through the whole season. But like I said before, the resiliency of this team in fighting, no matter if it's a turnover, it's a drop. We had 1 drop today. Was it Trammell had the one?
Yeah, Trammell had the one late in the game.
Yeah, which would have a great throw. By Trevor, so it's not Trevor's fault in that situation at all, and those things that come. You got to put it behind you and get to the next play, and winning each game in the NFL is based on how many cracks and how many times you solve your cracks in a game. And that's what's going to happen in the playoffs. You got to play your best, and then who cracks first and who cracks the most and who finds a way to overcome the crack and win the game and move on till you win the Super Bowl.
Let's get one more call in tonight. We'll end on the west side with Mark. Mark, you're in under the wire. How we doing?
Doing great. This is a great win. Go Jags. Just 2 more wins, and we had 10 wins in the season. Who would have thunk that at the beginning of the year?
Agreed. Great job by the staff.
Great job. They're winning in spite of themselves and in spite of all the penalties. And I kind of wanted to speak to that, too, about the penalties. Because I'm fed up with a lot of the penalties, not that we're committing them, but that they're being called. And I was kind of wondering what Leon thought, being an offensive lineman, especially with all these holding calls that we get. These referees remind me of kids who get money in their pocket, and it burns a hole in their pocket, and they just can't keep the money, and these refs just can't keep the flags in their pockets. They got to call it for every little thing. And I'm thinking that good 80% of these holding calls should never be called. Both players got hands, and they both, it's like let the best man win when they're out there.
Mark, appreciate the phone call. Leon, what about that?
Well, I mean, today I felt like the referees had a quota to make, because
I heard Archuleta on the broadcast say it was the end of the month.
I laughed ridiculously when he said that because it sounded so refreshing. But sometimes the refs tend to forget that we're paying to see them play. not to see you pick up yellow flags. And some of that stuff, that the holding calls or whatever, I mean, if it's definite, a guy's holding somebody, then make the call. But some of those things, they were sketchy at best. So you could just keep the game in your pocket. What it does is it stops the ebb and flow of the game. You know what I'm saying? If the penalty after penalty after penalty, we're not there to watch you, okay? We're not there to watch you play, to perform. We're there to watch the game. I just thought it was utterly ridiculous.
We'll come back. We'll give an injury update, and we will turn our attention to the biggest regular season home game here probably in almost 3 years. You probably got to go back to the AFC South Championship game at the end of the 22 season. The 8-4 Colts, the 8-4 Jaguars, a big one at Everbank Stadium on Sunday at 1 o'clock. It is the Window World of Northeast Florida fifth quarter. We are presented by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings. One segment to go here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Beard's Diamonds' last and largest store-wide sale of the year is happening. Hicken here. It's Beard's 44th anniversary sale with up to 44% savings. At Beard's, they're proud to be the only locally owned jeweler in the town center, and they should be. So we're celebrating with incredible savings. Yes, engagement rings are included, and wedding bands, and anniversary bands, and gemstone jewelry, and yellow gold fashion jewelry. All the best gift ideas for the holidays. And of course, Beard's is your home for diamonds at real direct importer prices. Whether you're looking for a natural diamond or a lab-grown diamond, Beard's has every shape, every size. Get to Beard's and let them educate you and give you the trusted guidance you deserve. Don't settle for corporate chain store quality. Beard's guarantees the best diamonds at the best value prices every day. Don't miss this incredible buying opportunity. Best price of the year now during Beard's 44th anniversary sale. Beard's Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center. Shop local. Shop Beard's Diamonds.
Frank Frangie here for Coyle & Sons Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember the 2017 AFC Championship game when Miles Jack wasn't down? You know what else isn't down? Fences installed by Coyle. Their fences have been standing tall here in Jacksonville for nearly a century. Since 1927, Coyle has been the fencing leader in Northeast Florida. If you're in the market for a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle & Sons today at 904-356-4821. CoyleJacks.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E Jacks.com. Coyle Fencing, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I only like to recommend the best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. And now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. For quality you can trust and savings you can't miss, that's Pella Windows and Doors.
Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish. And he's listening to the Nimnicht Outdoor Show.
With tips and stories.
Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Every Saturday morning, 7 to 10.
On 1010XL.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron, totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens, also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings, and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
It's time for Black Friday, Dell Technologies' biggest sale of the year. Enjoy the lowest prices of the year on select PCs like the Dell 16 Plus, featuring Intel Core Ultra processors. And with built-in advanced features, it's the PC that helps you do more, faster. Plus, earn Dell rewards and enjoy many other benefits, like free shipping, price match guarantee, and expert support. They also have huge deals on accessories that pair perfectly with your Dell PC and make perfect gifts for everyone on your list. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Putting an extra 60 minutes on the clock. The window world of Northeast Florida, fifth quarter. Nailed down by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings on 1010XL.
Got a bunch to the left. Trevor drops. Fires middle of the field. That ball is going to be caught for the touchdown, Jacoby Myers. And Jacksonville is in the end zone and has taken the lead.
Frank Frangie, Jaguars Radio. The Jaguars, 25-3 winners today over the Tennessee Titans. Every week here on the fifth quarter, we do give you an injury update that is brought to you by our friends at Farah and Farah. RJ, let's do it now. The Farah and Farah injury update.
The personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah present this injury update. Farah and Farah,
Jacksonville,
exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, Walker Whittle did leave the game with, I believe, a concussion or what was thought to be a concussion. Did not return. Parker Washington with a hip did not return. Ross Matisic, the long snapper, left and came back, which was obviously nice to see. But you combine that with Trayvon Walker already being out, Eric Armstead being out, certainly some injury issues, Patrick McCary as well. Jaguars have a big one against Indy, Leon, which we'll get to, but they are a little banged up. But it was great to get Jordan Lewis back, to get Brian Thomas Jr. back, to get Anton Harrison back. Slowly but surely, guys are coming back for this stretch run.
Yeah, we need them. Absolutely need them. They're a big contributing part to what we're trying to accomplish this season. And the guys the backups who got to play like starters, I mean, that's why you get paid the big money. You pay professionals. You got to step to the plate and swing it bat. So it's going to be very important that those guys, if we are down a couple of guys, that the reserves come in and play and we don't miss a beat. That's the key. You got to come in and play and we don't miss a beat. So I'll be very interested to see who gets healthy and who's not healthy for this big game this coming Sunday against the Colts.
All right, Denver plays tonight. New England plays tomorrow. So your AFC standings literally to the minute. New England is your 1 seed as of right now. Denver is your 2. Jacksonville would be the 3 based on tiebreakers. Baltimore is the 4. Your wild cards, the Chargers are 5, the Colts are 6, Buffalo is 7, Houston is 8. Here's the interesting thing. Houston is the only 7-5 team in the AFC. Pittsburgh and Kansas City are 6-6. Everybody else is 5-7 or worse. Keep in mind, Jacksonville has a tiebreaker over Kansas City. The Jaguars basically have a 3-game lead on the Chiefs if it were to come down to wild card, with 5 games to go. And ironically enough, if the playoffs started today, Colts at Jaguars and the 6 at the 3.
I know this is down the road, but and I know you take it one game at a time, but position yourself to where that Denver game could be the 2 seed.
Potentially. Now, Denver has only lost twice. I know. And I doubt they lose tonight. They play a banged-up Washington team. Interestingly enough, New England hasn't had their bye week yet. They play tomorrow night, and then they finally have their bye. So they play 13 straight games, a bye week next week, and then they'll play their last 4 prior to the playoffs. But, Coach, this is what it's all about. There's been many, many years around Thanksgiving that we couldn't talk about playoff positioning and games that matter. That is not the case here in 2025. The Jaguars are absolutely right in the thick of it.
I think all you have to do is play sound defense and don't turn the ball over, possess the time of possession, keep their offense off the field. But if we play tough physical defense and not put our defense in good and bad situations, but not let our defense stay out there all day, and we've been there before. Let's not tire our defense out. And that's why I think it's so critical this time of year and getting through the playoffs, that defense and running the ball is the most critical thing you can do.
Leon, you don't want to make too big a deal out of it, but the reality is the 8-4 Colts, the 8-4 Jaguars, it'll be one of the biggest games of the week in the National Football League. The winner will be first place in the AFC South, and it is probably the biggest regular season game here in Jacksonville since the season finale in 2022.
Absolutely, absolutely. And trust me, I guarantee you, the Colts coaching staff is telling this team about the history and the fact that they haven't beaten Jacksonville since 2014.
2014.
That's a long time. You know, so they want to, like, you know what, we talk about extinguishing narratives. The same thing with the Colts. So this team has got to understand that this is a playoff game. Bottom line, that's the way you got to treat it. That's the way you got to approach it. I mean, from how you prep for, how you study for, how you train for, and how you practice for it. It's a playoff game. It's got to be in your mind. You got to say it's a single elimination game in our mind. Yeah. In your mind, you got to say that during the week. You don't say it. You don't say it publicly or whatever. What I used to do is I used to give myself competitive edges to go into games to play at an elite level. So this team has to think like that. Has to think this is a single elimination game, and that we've got to put everything we need in preparedness to make sure we win this game on Sunday.
Coach, the narrative, and we got to go quick here. We got 2 minutes. The narrative was the Colts were winning on an easy schedule. That was the narrative. And when the schedule got tougher, we were going to see who the Colts were. They've been close, but they lost last week to Kansas City. They lose today at Houston. And all of a sudden, the Colts find themselves at 8-4 and leaking a little bit of oil. Have they been figured out? Were they winning on an easy schedule? And are they more this team than maybe the team we thought they were a month ago?
No, because the players are the players, and there is no easy schedule in the NFL. So it's going to be physical, and they are a good team.
Final thoughts, Coach. Jaguars win today in Tennessee. Sets up a big one next week against the Colts. Final takeaways from today.
I think if our defense progresses to continue to be who they are, I think we have a chance to win the bill.
Leon, same question to you. Obviously, a big win over Tennessee. We all know that you hate the Tennessee Titans. So a big win over Tennessee, and just your thoughts heading into a huge game against Indianapolis 1 week from today.
Listen, this is why you play football right here, bro. To put yourself in these kind of positions where you got a game where you could take over the division. I mean, as a player, what could you ask for? Anything other than that? At this portion of the season, in the month of December, playing meaningful football with the division on the line. If you can't get up for that, I don't even know if you got a heartbeat.
The coach, Gerald Ingram, 18 years as a running back coach in the National Football League. Coach, we always appreciate it. I will talk to you tomorrow night on Hacker After Dark. And I know you do a lot of stuff during the week as well. You'll be on the podcast with Joe Coward as well this week.
Yeah, I'll be on with Joe and Duff. And it's great to win here in Jacksonville, 8-4.
Leon Searcy, you'll get every day on XL Primetime. I'll have you on Wednesday night on Hacker After Dark as we get ready for a huge game next week with the Indianapolis Colts.
Let's go, baby.
RJ Saunders was your producer. Leon Searcy, the Pro Bowler. Coach Gerald Ingram, 18 years as a running back coach in the National Football League, and I'm the hacker, Ryan Green. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 8-4 and in first place in the AFC South. Indianapolis comes in for a gigantic game next Sunday, 1 o'clock at Everbank Stadium. Jeff Prosser will be in this studio beginning at 6 a.m., and we will kick off 16 hours of local programming here on a Victory Monday on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. I will join you tomorrow night beginning at 8 o'clock on Hacker After Dark. This has been the Window World of Northeast Florida fifth quarter. We've been presented by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings. Thank you for listening, and until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, have a very good Sunday night, Jacksonville.